there's a secret most men don't talk about. And it's this: aging, if done right, is your greatest weapon in the game of attraction. You see, while younger guys are chasing trends, trying to be liked, and constantly seeking validation, the older man learns to anchor himself in who he is. Stability becomes his superpower. He doesn't offer drama, he offers peace. And in a world full of noise, that peace is irresistible. The older man doesn't flinch at setbacks. Why? Because he's faced storms. He's failed. And most importantly, he's learned. That emotional maturity, it doesn't shout. It speaks gently, it listens deeply, and it leads with strength, not ego. And while the world glorifies youth and wild energy, there's something magnetic about a man with purpose. A man who doesn't chase parties, but chases mastery. A man who is building something, whether that's a business, a body, or a legacy. That's what younger women feel when he walks into the room. They feel direction. Then there's the quiet kind of confidence. Not arrogance. Not cockiness. But that earned calm, the type of self-assurance that comes from having faced life's darkest nights and come out stronger. That confidence is oxygen to a woman who's tired of immature games. But here's the kicker: an older man's wisdom doesn't dominate. It guides. He doesn't try to control a woman. He invites her into a space where she can grow too. And that kind of energy? That's rare. That's powerful. Finally, and most importantly, the older man respects himself. And because of that, he teaches others how to treat him. Including her. So if you're getting older, good. Embrace it. Because when you carry these 5 qualities, you don't chase. You attract. And when the right woman sees you, she won't run from your age. She'll be drawn to your depth. In a world that's constantly moving fast, chasing the next thrill, the next distraction, and the next wave of excitement, stability stands out like a rare gem. It's not flashy, it's not loud, and it's often overlooked. But make no mistake, stability is the new sexy. Younger women, especially, are drawn to it more than ever because it promises something deep, something real, something lasting. Think about the kind of chaos most people live in today. Social media bombards us with highlight reels of perfect lives, fast relationships, and instant gratification. Everyone seems to be chasing something just out of reach: a new partner, a new job, a new status symbol, without ever truly feeling grounded. It's exhausting to keep up with, and more often than not, it leads to burnout, anxiety, and disappointment. In contrast, a man who is stable offers something profoundly different. He is like a rock in a stormy sea, unshaken by the crashing waves around him. He's not trying to impress with flashy cars or loud parties. Instead, he brings calm to the chaos. Stability means showing up consistently, keeping your word, and handling life's challenges without spiraling out of control. It means having a steady job or income, yes, but more importantly, it means having emotional steadiness, being someone others can rely on. For younger women, this kind of stability is magnetic because it's a promise of safety. It's a promise that when life gets tough, and life always gets tough, there will be someone steady by their side. Someone who doesn't panic, doesn't disappear, doesn't lose his temper or his mind when things go wrong. This emotional reliability creates a space where vulnerability is safe, where trust can grow, and where a real connection can thrive. Stability also shows itself in how a man handles himself day to day. It's in his habits and routines, in how he manages his time and resources. It's in the way he invests in himself, his health, his mind, his relationships. This self-discipline is incredibly attractive because it signals that he values himself and the life he's building. He's not drifting through life, he's steering it with intention and purpose. That kind of energy resonates deeply with younger women who want a partner with vision and drive, not just a fleeting romance. One of the most misunderstood things about stability is that it's boring or lacking passion. But the truth is, stability doesn't mean dull. It means depth. It means having a foundation so strong that passion and excitement can build on it without collapsing, When a man is stable, he's not ruled by his emotions or impulses. He's free to be spontaneous and adventurous because he knows who he is and what he stands for. That kind of confidence is incredibly sexy. Younger women have seen enough drama and heartbreak to know that wild passion without stability often burns out fast. They crave a balance, someone who can keep the fire alive but also keep the home fires burning. That balance comes from stability. It means showing up, even when it's not convenient or exciting. It means choosing loyalty and commitment over momentary thrills. It means being a man who doesn't just talk about responsibility but lives it every day. When a man is stable, he also becomes a protector, not just physically but emotionally and mentally. He shields those he cares about from unnecessary stress and chaos. He offers a safe haven where others can be themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. This kind of protective energy is subtle but powerful. It's not about control or dominance, it's about creating a space where love and trust can grow. Stability also means maturity, something that younger women often sense intuitively. It's about emotional intelligence, the ability to listen, to empathize, and to communicate clearly. It's about handling conflict without resorting to anger or silence. It's about showing patience and understanding in a world that often demands instant reactions. This emotional maturity makes a man stand out because it shows he's done the work to understand himself and the people around him. Another critical aspect of stability is financial responsibility. This isn't about having millions in the bank but about managing money wisely and living within your means. It's about planning for the future and being prepared for unexpected challenges. A man who can handle his finances with care is one who signals that he's thinking long-term. For younger women looking to build a life, that kind of foresight is incredibly reassuring. It means he's not just living for today but building for tomorrow. Stability also breeds trust. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and it's earned through consistent actions over time. A stable man doesn't make promises he can't keep. He doesn't disappear when things get tough. He doesn't play games or keep people guessing. Instead, he's transparent and dependable. That reliability creates a deep sense of security for younger women, allowing them to relax and be fully present in the relationship. It's important to remember that stability doesn't mean being rigid or stuck in old ways. In fact, true stability requires flexibility, being able to adapt to change without losing your core values. A stable man is like a tree that bends in the wind but doesn't break. He's grounded but not stuck. This adaptability is essential because life is unpredictable, and anyone who can navigate its ups and downs with grace becomes naturally attractive. Ultimately, stability is sexy because it's rare. In a world full of uncertainty, the man who offers consistency and calm stands out like a beacon. Younger women don't just want a partner for a good time, they want someone to build a future with. They want someone who can be their anchor when the storms come, and that's what a stable man offers. So if you want to be the kind of man that younger women chase, don't chase the fleeting trends or superficial thrills. Instead, focus on being steady, reliable, and emotionally strong. Build your life with intention. Show up for yourself and others. Cultivate emotional maturity and financial responsibility. Be that calm in a chaotic world. Because when you do, you don't just become attractive, you become irresistible. Stability truly is the new sexy. In a culture obsessed with appearances, it's easy to believe that looks are everything when it comes to attraction. Magazines, movies, and social media push the idea that physical beauty is the golden ticket, the ultimate currency for catching and keeping someone's attention. But the truth runs much deeper. What truly makes a man irresistible to younger women is not just the surface, but what lies beneath, his emotional maturity. Emotional maturity trumps looks every single time, and here's why. First, consider what it means to be emotionally mature. It means having the ability to understand and manage your emotions without letting them control you. It means responding to challenges with calmness rather than reacting with impulsiveness. It means having self-awareness, empathy, and the capacity to communicate openly and honestly. Emotional maturity is about owning your flaws and mistakes, learning from them, and growing stronger because of them. And this is the foundation of true attraction that lasts. Younger women today are smarter and more discerning than ever before. They've seen enough drama and heartbreak to know that a handsome face doesn't guarantee a steady heart. They understand that looks can fade, but emotional maturity only deepens over time. A man who can stay composed during tough times, who can talk through conflicts instead of shutting down or lashing out, who can listen with empathy instead of waiting to speak, that man stands apart. He offers security, respect, and genuine connection, which are far more valuable than physical attraction alone. Physical attraction might open the door, but emotional maturity is what keeps the relationship alive. When a man is emotionally immature, he often struggles with insecurity, jealousy, or unpredictability. He might react defensively or blame others when things go wrong. These behaviors create tension and erode trust. On the other hand, a man with emotional maturity understands that no relationship is perfect and that conflicts are opportunities to grow closer rather than reasons to walk away. He handles vulnerability with grace and shows up authentically, without masks or games. Emotional maturity also means taking responsibility. Not only for your actions but for the emotional climate of your relationship. It means recognizing when you've hurt someone and making a genuine effort to make amends. It means resisting the urge to blame or deflect and instead facing challenges head-on. Younger women crave this kind of accountability because it reflects integrity and strength. It shows that you are dependable not just in words but in your emotional behavior. Moreover, emotional maturity fosters deeper intimacy. When a man can be open about his feelings, fears, and dreams, it creates a space for the woman to do the same. This mutual vulnerability builds trust and a bond that goes far beyond surface-level attraction. Younger women don't just want someone who looks good on the outside, they want someone who can connect on a soul level. Emotional maturity unlocks this connection because it allows both partners to be fully seen and accepted. Many men underestimate how powerful emotional maturity is in the dating world. They focus on their appearance, their wardrobe, or their social status, thinking that's what will make them irresistible. But the harsh truth is that without emotional depth, these things are superficial and temporary. Emotional maturity lasts. It's the kind of quality that women talk about long after the initial spark has faded. It's what turns fleeting attraction into lasting desire. This doesn't mean that physical attraction isn't important at all. It does play a role, especially in the early stages of attraction. But emotional maturity amplifies that attraction and sustains it. A man who looks good but cannot handle his emotions is like a beautiful car without an engine. It might turn heads, but it won't get very far. A man with emotional maturity might not fit the conventional mold of a heartthrob, but his presence carries a weight and warmth that is magnetic. Emotional maturity also means patience. In relationships, things don't always go smoothly, and growth takes time. A mature man understands that rushing or forcing things rarely works. He respects boundaries and gives space when needed. This patience builds respect and allows the relationship to evolve naturally. Younger women appreciate this because it shows that you value the relationship beyond instant gratification. Another aspect of emotional maturity is resilience. Life is full of setbacks, disappointments, and challenges. A man who can face these difficulties without falling apart demonstrates a strength that is deeply attractive. It signals that he can support and protect his partner through tough times. Younger women are not just looking for a good time, they're looking for a partner who will stand with them when the world gets heavy. Importantly, emotional maturity allows a man to handle rejection and setbacks with dignity. Instead of reacting with bitterness or anger, he learns from the experience and moves forward with grace. This ability to maintain composure and self-respect is a rare quality that younger women notice and admire. It's a sign of confidence, not arrogance, and that kind of confidence is magnetic. Emotional maturity also manifests in communication. It means expressing your needs and desires clearly while respecting your partner's feelings. It means listening actively instead of just waiting for your turn to speak. It means being able to disagree without escalating into fights. This level of communication builds a partnership based on understanding rather than power struggles. Younger women value this because it creates harmony and reduces stress in the relationship. In essence, emotional maturity creates a foundation of trust, respect, and genuine connection. These are the building blocks of any lasting relationship. Younger women, consciously or unconsciously, sense this foundation. They know that a man who can master his emotions and handle life's ups and downs is someone worth investing in. This is why emotional maturity trumps looks. It's not just about attraction, it's about connection, compatibility, and longevity. If you want to become a man younger women chase, focus on growing emotionally. Reflect on your reactions, learn from your mistakes, and strive to become the best version of yourself, not just physically but emotionally. Build your capacity for empathy, patience, and honest communication. Because when you do, you'll find that your looks become just one part of a much larger, more powerful attraction. In a world obsessed with instant gratification and living for the moment, it's easy to get caught up in the endless cycle of partying, socializing, and chasing fleeting pleasures. For many young men, this lifestyle seems exciting and attractive. The lights, the music, the crowd, it's a rush that promises fun, connection, and status. But for a man who truly wants to attract younger women who seek depth and meaning, embracing purpose over partying is what sets him apart. Purpose is magnetic in a way that no party ever can be, and it's a quality that draws women in with lasting intensity. When you choose purpose, you choose to live with intention. You decide to steer your life in a direction that matters, that builds something meaningful. This doesn't mean you become dull or stop enjoying yourself. It means your enjoyment comes from fulfillment, growth, and achievement rather than just the next thrill. Younger women notice this distinction immediately. They can sense when a man's energy is invested in something real versus when it's scattered in endless distractions. Partying often represents a lifestyle of avoidance. It's a way to escape responsibility, mask insecurities, or fill a void with superficial fun. The problem is that this kind of lifestyle, while temporarily exhilarating, rarely leads to true happiness or connection. It's like running on a treadmill, you burn energy, but you don't get anywhere. A man who is always chasing the next party, the next drink, or the next crowd is often drifting without a clear sense of self or direction. Younger women, who are naturally wired to seek stability and growth in a partner, pick up on this lack of purpose and lose interest. Purpose, on the other hand, provides a foundation of strength and confidence. It gives a man a reason to wake up early, push through challenges, and keep improving. Purpose is not just about career success, it's about passion, vision, and contribution. Whether a man's purpose is building a business, mastering a skill, raising a family, or creating art, the fact that he's committed to something bigger than himself is incredibly attractive. It signals maturity, focus, and the ability to prioritize what truly matters. Younger women are drawn to this energy because it feels stable and inspiring. They want to be part of a story that's meaningful and uplifting, not just a fleeting moment of fun. A man with purpose doesn't need to prove himself through loud parties or wild adventures because his life already has significance. That kind of quiet confidence pulls women in effortlessly. It creates curiosity and respect, which are far more powerful than superficial charm. When a man lives for partying, he often sacrifices his long-term goals for short-term pleasures. He might lose time, money, and energy chasing experiences that don't build toward anything lasting. Over time, this can lead to frustration and regret. But a man with purpose understands that discipline is necessary. He's willing to say no to the party if it means he can say yes to his dreams. This ability to delay gratification and invest in the future is a quality that younger women admire deeply because it shows strength and vision. Purpose also creates a sense of identity. When you know what you stand for, what you want to achieve, and why you're here, it shapes how you carry yourself. Your actions become aligned with your values, and that alignment creates authenticity. Authenticity is rare and attractive because it means you're not pretending to be someone else. Younger women sense when a man is genuine, and they are naturally drawn to that realness. Purpose gives you that edge, it makes you more than just a guy at a party. It makes you a man with a mission. Moreover, purpose encourages growth. A man who lives purposefully is always learning, evolving, and pushing his limits. He's not content with the status quo or resting on past achievements. This constant drive to improve and expand creates momentum that younger women find inspiring. They want a partner who challenges them, supports their growth, and shares a vision for a better future. Purpose fuels this dynamic and keeps the relationship vibrant and meaningful. Another reason purpose trumps partying is the emotional security it provides. Life is unpredictable and filled with challenges. When a man has a clear purpose, he's better equipped to handle setbacks and stay grounded. He doesn't lose himself in distractions or avoid difficult emotions. Instead, he faces problems head-on and uses them as fuel to move forward. This resilience is magnetic because it means he can be counted on when life gets tough. Younger women value this kind of emotional strength because it creates a safe and supportive environment. Purpose also fosters leadership. A man with a clear direction naturally steps into roles where he influences and uplifts those around him. Whether it's in his career, community, or relationships, he leads by example and inspires others to be better. This leadership is attractive because it signals that he's capable of handling responsibility and making decisions. Younger women want a partner who can guide them, support their goals, and share the weight of life's challenges. Purpose makes this possible. It's important to clarify that living with purpose doesn't mean you reject fun or social connection. Purposeful men enjoy life, they laugh, celebrate, and create memories. The difference is that their fun is balanced with responsibility and intention. They know when to work hard and when to play hard. This balance creates a lifestyle that is both fulfilling and enjoyable, which younger women find incredibly appealing. In contrast, a man who prioritizes partying often struggles with imbalance. The highs are too high, and the lows can be devastating. He may find it hard to maintain meaningful relationships because his focus is scattered and inconsistent. Younger women sense this instability and often choose to walk away rather than get caught in the emotional roller coaster. Choosing purpose over partying is choosing a path of growth, resilience, and meaningful connection. It's about becoming a man who builds rather than breaks down, who inspires rather than drains energy, who leads rather than follows. Younger women are drawn to this kind of man not because of his age or appearance, but because of the energy he carries, the energy of a life lived intentionally. When you live with purpose, you become a beacon. Your presence lights up the room not because you're the loudest or the flashiest, but because you carry a deeper light within. Younger women don't just want a good time, they want a great life. And a man with purpose offers exactly that. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess, but true, unshakable confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something that comes with age, experience, and self-awareness. Younger men might have flashes of bravado or youthful energy, but there's a distinct difference between that and the quiet, grounded confidence that develops over time. This deep, unwavering self-assurance is magnetic to younger women because it signals stability, maturity, and emotional strength, the kind of qualities that go far beyond surface-level attraction. As men grow older, they accumulate life experiences, successes and failures, triumphs and setbacks, that teach them invaluable lessons about who they are and what really matters. These experiences build a foundation of confidence that isn't dependent on external validation or fleeting approval. An older man with unshakable confidence knows his worth without needing to prove it. He doesn't seek attention or validation through flashy displays or empty words. Instead, he carries himself with a calm assurance that says, "I know who I am, and I'm comfortable in my own skin." This kind of confidence is incredibly attractive because it creates a sense of safety and reliability. Younger women, who may still be navigating their own insecurities and uncertainties, naturally gravitate toward men who can offer a steady presence. When a man is secure in himself, he doesn't feel threatened by competition, jealousy, or challenges. He meets life with a composed mindset and handles situations with grace. This stability in character is something that youthful bravado simply can't replicate. Unshakable confidence also means being comfortable with vulnerability. Many confuse confidence with arrogance or a facade of toughness, but true confidence embraces authenticity. It allows a man to be open about his fears and flaws without feeling diminished. This honesty builds deep trust in relationships because it shows strength, not weakness. Younger women appreciate this openness because it invites genuine connection, rather than surface-level interactions based only on appearance or status. With age, men learn to let go of the need to control every situation or be perfect. They understand that mistakes are part of life and don't define their value. This acceptance breeds resilience, which feeds into confidence. Knowing that you can handle setbacks without losing yourself or your purpose is empowering. It shows younger women that you're a man who can face challenges head-on and remain grounded, no matter what life throws your way. Another important aspect of unshakable confidence that comes with age is self-respect. An older man understands his boundaries, values, and limits. He doesn't settle for less than he deserves, nor does he feel the need to conform to societal pressures or trends just to fit in. This sense of self-respect commands respect from others naturally. Younger women sense this from afar because it radiates authenticity and integrity. When a man respects himself, he sets the tone for how others should treat him and those around him. Confidence also influences how a man carries himself physically. It's reflected in his posture, his voice, and the way he moves through the world. This nonverbal communication speaks volumes and often before a single word is spoken. An older man who exudes unshakable confidence walks into a room and draws attention, not because he demands it, but because his presence fills the space with calm authority. Younger women pick up on this energy immediately and find it incredibly magnetic. This confidence with age also brings emotional intelligence. The ability to read situations, understand others' feelings, and respond appropriately is a skill honed over time. Younger women are drawn to men who can communicate clearly, handle conflict with maturity, and provide emotional support. These are not qualities that can be faked or rushed, they come from experience and self-reflection. The older man's ability to navigate complex emotions with ease adds to his allure in a way that mere good looks cannot. Moreover, unshakable confidence frees a man from the chains of comparison and competition. Younger men may often feel pressured to compete for attention or prove themselves through achievements or status symbols. But an older man with genuine confidence knows that his worth isn't measured against others. This freedom allows him to be generous, kind, and supportive rather than defensive or aggressive. Younger women appreciate this mindset because it fosters healthy, balanced relationships rather than toxic rivalries. Confidence gained through age also impacts decision-making. With experience comes wisdom, the ability to weigh options carefully and act decisively without second-guessing or hesitation. This decisiveness is attractive because it reflects clarity of purpose and leadership. Younger women are naturally drawn to men who can take charge when needed, make thoughtful choices, and stand by their decisions with conviction. It signals reliability and strength, qualities that build trust and admiration. Importantly, unshakable confidence is not static. It continues to grow as a man continues to challenge himself and embrace new experiences. Older men who remain curious, open-minded, and willing to learn demonstrate that confidence is also about humility and growth. This dynamic balance of strength and openness keeps them vibrant and appealing. Younger women respect men who are confident yet humble, strong yet adaptable. Finally, unshakable confidence is deeply connected to purpose. A man who has clarity about his goals, values, and direction in life naturally exudes confidence because he is aligned with his true self. Purpose fuels confidence and gives it meaning beyond superficial charm. Younger women are attracted to men who live intentionally and who inspire them to grow and pursue their own purpose. This connection between confidence and purpose creates powerful chemistry that transcends age. In the end, unshakable confidence that comes with age is a testament to a man's journey. His willingness to face life's challenges, learn from them, and emerge stronger and wiser. It's a confidence that doesn't need to shout to be heard, it speaks through presence, integrity, and emotional strength. Younger women recognize this confidence as rare and valuable because it offers something they truly want, a partner who is steady, genuine, and deeply self-assured. Wisdom is often one of the most overlooked qualities when it comes to attraction, especially in a culture that glorifies youth and superficial charm. Yet, wisdom is a subtle but powerful magnet, particularly for younger women who seek a man not only to admire but to trust and learn from. But it's crucial to understand that true wisdom doesn't dictate or dominate, it guides without controlling. This distinction is key. A man who uses his wisdom to lead with respect and understanding rather than control earns deep respect and lasting admiration. True wisdom is the product of experience, reflection, and a willingness to grow. It's the ability to see beyond the immediate moment and understand the broader context of life and relationships. With age, a man accumulates knowledge, not just facts, but insights into human nature, emotions, and the complexities of life. This kind of wisdom is invaluable because it helps navigate challenges with grace and perspective. Younger women instinctively recognize and are drawn to this calm, insightful approach. Wisdom that guides means using your knowledge to offer support, advice, and encouragement without imposing your will on others. It means recognizing that everyone has their own path and timing. A wise man understands that trying to control or force outcomes only breeds resistance and resentment. Instead, he listens carefully, respects boundaries, and offers guidance that empowers rather than confines. This creates a dynamic of mutual respect and collaboration rather than one-sided control. Younger women are especially attuned to this approach because they value autonomy and respect in their relationships. They want a partner who can be a steady guide, someone who offers perspective and experience without undermining their independence. Wisdom that guides encourages growth on both sides. It's about helping each other become better, not about dictating how things should be. This balanced dynamic builds trust and deepens connection. Control, on the other hand, stifles and diminishes. It creates tension and imbalance, often driven by fear or insecurity. A man who tries to control through his wisdom reveals a lack of true confidence and respect. Younger women quickly sense this and pull away because it feels suffocating rather than liberating. Wisdom loses its power when it becomes a tool for manipulation or dominance. The wise man uses his experience to anticipate challenges and prepare for them without creating unnecessary drama. He knows when to speak up and when to hold back, understanding that timing is essential. This discernment is part of what makes wisdom so valuable. It's not just about what you know but how and when you apply that knowledge. Younger women are drawn to this subtlety because it shows emotional intelligence and maturity. Wisdom that guides also means being adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and rigid control is unrealistic. A man who embodies wisdom flows with change rather than resisting it. He understands that flexibility and openness are signs of strength, not weakness. This attitude helps build resilience in relationships and fosters a sense of security and partnership. Younger women appreciate a man who can adjust and grow with them rather than insisting on a fixed, inflexible way. Another hallmark of wisdom is humility. A truly wise man knows that he doesn't have all the answers. He's comfortable admitting mistakes, learning from others, and evolving his perspective. This humility is attractive because it humanizes him and creates a safe space for vulnerability. Younger women respond to this honesty because it invites genuine connection rather than a facade of perfection or control. Wisdom that guides also extends to communication. It means speaking with clarity and kindness, avoiding harsh judgments or criticism. It means asking thoughtful questions and really listening to the answers. This style of communication fosters understanding and intimacy. Younger women value a partner who can hold meaningful conversations without turning them into power struggles or debates. Wisdom that guides helps build bridges rather than walls. Furthermore, wisdom manifests in patience. A wise man understands that growth and change take time. He resists the urge to rush or pressure his partner, instead offering steady encouragement and support. This patience reduces conflict and builds trust. Younger women sense when a man is genuinely invested in their well-being rather than trying to control the pace or direction of the relationship. Wisdom that guides also means leading by example. Rather than telling others what to do, a wise man models the behavior he hopes to inspire. His actions reflect his values and principles, creating credibility and respect. Younger women are drawn to this authenticity because it shows integrity. They don't want empty words or controlling demands, they want a man who walks his talk. This kind of leadership fosters partnership and teamwork. A wise man sees the relationship as a collaboration where both people contribute and grow. He encourages his partner's dreams and supports her individuality. This creates a healthy balance where control is replaced by cooperation and mutual empowerment. Younger women feel safe and valued in such relationships. Importantly, wisdom that guides recognizes boundaries. It respects that each person is responsible for their own choices and growth. A wise man offers guidance but doesn't take ownership of his partner's decisions or emotions. This respect for boundaries maintains a healthy dynamic and prevents codependency or control. Younger women appreciate a partner who honors their autonomy while being a reliable source of wisdom and support. In essence, wisdom that guides, not controls, is a testament to emotional maturity. It reflects a deep understanding of relationships as dynamic, evolving, and based on mutual respect. Younger women are naturally drawn to men who embody this kind of wisdom because it promises a partnership grounded in trust, growth, and genuine connection. This wisdom is powerful because it creates an environment where both partners can thrive individually and together. It transcends age, looks, or superficial charm. It's a magnetic force that draws younger women not just to the man's experience but to his character and heart. If you want to cultivate this wisdom, focus on listening more than speaking, learning from life's lessons, and leading with empathy and humility. Avoid the trap of trying to control outcomes or others. Instead, be a guide who offers steady support and encourages growth. When you do, you'll find that younger women naturally gravitate toward you, attracted by the strength and grace that only true wisdom can provide. Self-respect is one of the foundational qualities that define a man's character and ultimately shape how others perceive and treat him. It is the invisible boundary that a man sets for himself, determining what he will accept and what he won't tolerate. For younger women, self-respect in a man signals strength, integrity, and a clear sense of value, qualities that naturally draw them in and inspire deep admiration. When a man respects himself, it sets the tone for every interaction, every relationship, and every decision he makes. At its core, self-respect means knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. It means living according to your values and principles, not bending to the whims of others or the pressure of society. A man with self-respect does not chase validation from others because he already acknowledges his own value. This internal assurance shines through in everything he does. Younger women sense this authenticity instantly and find it incredibly attractive because it signals a man who is grounded and whole. Self-respect also influences how a man communicates and carries himself. It shows in his posture, his tone of voice, and the clarity with which he expresses his thoughts and feelings. A man who respects himself speaks with confidence, not arrogance. He stands tall without needing to intimidate or belittle others. This kind of presence commands respect naturally, creating a magnetic pull that younger women notice right away. When a man has self-respect, he sets clear boundaries in his relationships. He knows what behavior he will accept and what crosses the line. He doesn't allow disrespect, manipulation, or mistreatment to slide under the radar. This boundary setting is crucial because it protects his emotional well-being and creates a safe, respectful environment for both partners. Younger women are drawn to men who demonstrate this clarity because it makes them feel valued and secure. Moreover, self-respect compels a man to take responsibility for his life and actions. He doesn't blame others for his mistakes or shortcomings. Instead, he learns from them and strives to improve. This accountability reflects maturity and integrity, qualities that younger women deeply appreciate. It shows that the man is reliable and trustworthy, someone they can depend on when life gets complicated. Self-respect also means making choices that honor your health, happiness, and growth. It means prioritizing your mental and physical well-being rather than succumbing to harmful habits or toxic relationships. A man who respects himself invests in his development and nurtures a lifestyle that supports his goals and values. This commitment to self-care and improvement is inspiring and attractive because it demonstrates discipline and vision. When self-respect sets the tone, a man does not tolerate drama or chaos in his life. He surrounds himself with positive influences and people who uplift rather than drain him. This selective approach to relationships and environments reflects discernment and wisdom. Younger women notice this quality because it creates a calm and balanced energy that feels safe and inviting. Self-respect also shapes how a man handles conflict. Rather than reacting impulsively or aggressively, he approaches challenges with calmness and fairness. He communicates clearly and listens actively, seeking resolution rather than domination. This approach diffuses tension and fosters mutual understanding, making relationships stronger and more resilient. Younger women value this emotional intelligence because it creates harmony and respect. Importantly, self-respect is not about being rigid or inflexible. It's about having a healthy balance between standing firm on your values and being open to growth and change. A man who respects himself knows when to hold his ground and when to adapt. This flexibility shows strength rather than weakness and keeps relationships dynamic and evolving. Younger women are drawn to men who can balance conviction with openness because it signals wisdom and emotional depth. Self-respect also influences a man's ambitions and goals. A man who values himself sets high standards for his life and works diligently to achieve them. He doesn't settle for mediocrity or excuses. This drive and determination are attractive because they demonstrate passion and purpose. Younger women are inspired by men who pursue their dreams with integrity and persistence, knowing that they will be partners in a life of growth and achievement. When self-respect sets the tone, a man naturally cultivates confidence that is grounded, not arrogant. This confidence is magnetic because it is based on reality, knowing your strengths and weaknesses without exaggeration or insecurity. Younger women respond to this balanced confidence because it creates an atmosphere of trust and admiration rather than competition or pretense. Self-respect also fosters genuine kindness and respect for others. A man who respects himself treats others with dignity and fairness. He understands that respect is reciprocal, giving it freely but not allowing it to be taken for granted. This attitude creates positive, healthy relationships that are built on mutual appreciation and support. Younger women sense this respect and are drawn to men who embody it because it reflects emotional maturity and character. Ultimately, self-respect is the foundation upon which a man builds his life and relationships. It sets the tone for how he interacts with the world and how others interact with him. Younger women are instinctively drawn to men who have this quality because it signals a man who is whole, strong, and ready to offer a relationship based on respect, trust, and genuine connection. To cultivate self-respect, a man must first look inward and define his values clearly. He must commit to living authentically and with integrity, even when it's challenging. He must learn to say no to anything that diminishes his worth and yes to opportunities that align with his purpose. When he does, he not only commands respect from others but also earns it from himself, creating a powerful foundation for attracting younger women who seek more than just surface-level charm. In the end, these qualities, emotional maturity, a strong sense of purpose, unshakable confidence, guiding wisdom, and unwavering self-respect, are not just traits, they are the pillars of a man who stands tall in his truth and lives with intention. Younger women aren't simply chasing youth or superficial charm, they are drawn to depth, strength, and authenticity. When you cultivate these qualities within yourself, you become the man who naturally attracts the right kind of attention, the kind that leads to meaningful connections and lasting relationships. Remember, age is not just a number, it's the experience and growth that make you irresistible. So embrace these qualities, live them fully, and watch as life brings you the kind of love and respect you truly deserve.